Hi Pisces, welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Pisces. The message could be for you. Feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind, these are general and timeless readings. Everything that you need to access is down below in my description box, my website link, Instagram handle, all that good stuff. Never give your power away. Over to these readings, you're in full control over your own life choices and decisions. And thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for all the ways you've been here and supported the channel. Let's go ahead and dive in. We have Solar Corona. Oh, nice. Okay. We have the 3333, which represents the gratitude that you put out will be reflected back to you. So it's like a mirroring of your experience, which is kind of cool. We have the Cell. Oh, this is actually really cool. We're going to talk about this. We have energy, constellation, and attraction. All right. Okay. It feels like there's another person, obviously, that you're dealing with because you two are being attracted to each other for a particular reason. And you may be thinking about this connection, or if this is like someone in particular that has been drawn to you or keeps coming into your space for some reason. It could be something going on so you can look at the deeper aspects of it. Or, oh yes, especially during Scorpio season, there's like layers to this, which can also mean like some of the people that you're dealing with. There's almost like layering. Okay, things going on behind the surface of what you do see. And you might be thinking about it because, and this, some of you guys, this may be romance. It does not have to be. This could just be a person who's like, keeps like coming into your space, and you're like maybe thinking about the connection or wondering why, what it's reflecting within you. It's a little bit more introspective like that. So you may want to start doing some gratitude work, you know, being intentional about that. And yes, being very conscious of what you are putting out into the universe, because that all gets reflected back. We're going to make a little room because of the energy putting out. So I'm going to talk a little bit about astrology, but I'll put this back, but just keep it in mind. We'll just keep it off to the side here. Just because I want the cards to lay out a certain way. And we have this energy and we have the Cell. Okay. There could be this particular person. Like I said, you will want to maybe look at the deeper layers of things, or look underneath the surface. Okay, like don't take everything just at face value. And okay, we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Magician, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Wow, two really freaking powerful energies. They're both right up. And this Page of Pentacles, wow, it's so weird that that combination has come out quite a few times in the read for me to actually say something about it. I've seen it multiple times. And maybe it's something, I know that Mercury is officially retrograde this week. We were in the pre-shadow previously. And so you could be dealing with mercurial type energies. Okay, there are two really powerful energies in your space that you could be dealing with. This Page of Pentacles could represent, if these are business people, which generally does represent these type of people, they are... This could be Gemini, Virgo, and then we've got a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. If they own a business, or there is something about the structure of what they're involved in. They could be involved in like a corporation or a business. Generally, it's something monetary. And this is usually a hierarchical. So if this is someone that's like above, you know, and then this is like a manager, so to speak, that's just an example for you to get an idea if this represents any aspect of your situation. But this could be someone that they're in your space, or they're aware of you, or they're dealing with you. I don't know if you would be new to this, if this kind of represents you, but you may feel as though, I don't know if you went back to the past or you walked back to it, or something about it feels like it would be going backwards to go back into a situation. The Two of Cups is in the reverse. And yeah, I mean, there's that attraction, but there could be like emotional attachment still happening, or intuitively you're like really attached to a particular person. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. We have, oh, actually, out of all the cards, that represents you. That moon. We have the Star in the reverse. Okay. We have the Death card. How appropriate, because you literally have all the cards that are like Mercury, retrograde, and Scorpio. And so there's our Scorpio card, and then we have Justice. Wow, holy shiz. So yes, you have like some really interesting energies popping up. If you guys, okay, I'm gonna give this as a quick message before I dive into all this other stuff. If you guys have ever left a situation, or someone left you, and for whatever reasons the relationship didn't work out, the connection, and that could be a variety of things, like it just couldn't come together, there were things misaligned, it's kind of like sometimes right person, wrong timing, it's all that stuff can be involved in this. I don't see it, like, obviously use your discernment, but as far as this goes, it's not showing a whole lot of like deception and gaslighting. It's not about that. It's just like there's particular people that you've disconnected from, and here is what's really trippy. If you guys ever have left a situation and then gone back into it, or dealt with some of the same people, you will see this and it will trip you out. And sometimes you just have to let things run their course, especially if you go back in to situations and you deal with anyone from your past. Seriously, companies, anything, it will all start pulling up these old subconscious patterns of things you already finished. And I really wish other readers and people talked more about this. In general, the message is never go back. Always move forward. Because the lessons tied to going back are really challenging. There's a lot of challenges because you generally have to just like do a lot of conscious thing to stop the patterns. You know, let's say in your past you had some kind of relationship that broke up or it dissipated, and you went back in, and even if you didn't deal with the exact person that you broke up with, even if you're dealing with other people that were connected to this person, even that can reignite patterns. And you almost digress or regress back into things that you already went through. And that's why, like, I have had to learn this the hard way. And that's why I'm telling you guys that, let's say you leave a job and then they, you know, want to re-offer you something like a position, and you go back in there, you will never move forward in life. It is so trippy. And people generally stay in, you know, the typical saying, people stay in what they know because it's comfortable, but it doesn't mean that you're progressing and evolving as a human and the way that you could. It doesn't mean you have to. You don't have to do anything that I say. It just means that this will prevent you from reaching. Like, that's almost what this represents. This card literally represents your healing. Oh my gosh. It can also represent you reaching for your dreams, and that you can dream bigger, to not settle. And sometimes, as that's why I don't care so much what people think. I will put myself in a position or situation that's almost like a limbo until I feel like the right thing is coming toward me. Because you know that whole saying, like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And you almost want to hold back a little bit until the right thing connects and it's aligned with your vision and it's aligned with your dreams. Because it's tricky, because other things will pop up and it's almost like it would provide temporary relief, but sometimes you're activating old things that you know need to release from your life. You know, like, I want to give an example of this. Way back in the day, oh my gosh, like, it's so weird to think this was like almost 10 years ago. And so it's so trippy because I wanted to leave an industry that I was in. And for a time, it worked out really well because I left that whole career, which was super intense for me because I had all this experience in it, like almost 10 years of experience in a particular field. And I walked away from all of it. And for a time, while I was it's almost like my body was recalibrating, like completely getting, you know, I was getting like a clean slate and reprogramming my body in every single way to adjust to a new lifestyle. And so after a certain amount of time, that adjustment finally happened. But obviously, if you're like leaving something significant like that, it's a process for you to, like, you know, because you have to really downplay the anxiety while you're having to get used to a new way of being in your life. And after a time, like, the universe, I feel like, kind of gave me a situation that was perfect where I could do something maybe like a few days in the month where I didn't have to pour all of my energy into a full-time thing that I was already involved in, which was taking up all my energy. I was putting it in a direction of others and not toward my own dreams. And that is when I waited it out. I was good for a while, but I waited out. Sometimes when I would go and apply for jobs, I would get rejected. And I was like, wow. And it was like easy, nothing jobs, but you know, you can be overqualified and stuff like that. So I'm just telling you guys all of that sometimes when you're trying to tell the universe that you're ready for some kind of transition, sometimes it really means you showing like you're not going to give really any of your energy to that thing anymore, that you're ready to transition into what you truly want to reach for, the bigger thing. Like, you really don't have to settle as much as you think. You can dream bigger and you can go bigger. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to get around to. But let me dive into the Ascendant Pisces. If you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, see it over there. But Pisces, if this is where we leave things, sending you so much love, wishing you all the very best. See you in the next reading. Take care.